Hi there. I have a little story to tell, and it's actually a big story, but I'm going to try to do the short version of it. Last month, I did a big creative project. In July, I recorded an album. The album is called Cosmic Roar, and you can hear it on my YouTube channel. There's a playlist called Cosmic Roar, which has all the songs from the album. So I've learned to tell the difference between divine inspiration and, hey, that's a cool idea. And if it's a divine inspiration, my experience has been when I follow those, something good comes of it. So that's what I decided to do. I decided to set aside my human opinions about this project and proceed in trust that things would work out, that the project would be supported by invisible forces, and they would all come together in the end. So my humans certainly had opinions about this project, and they were things like, there's no way I'm going to get that done, and I've never done anything along these lines before, so it'll probably fail, and there just isn't enough time to get through all of this between now and the deadline. So that was my opinion. I set that aside. I said, let me just see what happens if I trust that things are somehow going to work out for the best. So what's the first step? What's the next step? So something happened along the way that sort of turned that project from impossible to possible. And this is not one of those mysterious things where you say, I know something has shifted, but I can't tell exactly what it is. In this case, my spirit guides, and specifically my dragonfly guide, came to me and said, we need to make a shift in your sacral chakra so that you'll be able to get this project done. My dragonfly guide explained that my own natural excitement and enthusiasm had sort of a cap on it to keep it from being fully expressed. And this had been in place since around age 11, so a really long time. She said, we are going to turn this up from 0% to 5%. Because we don't want to turn it all the way on. That would shock your system in a way that you wouldn't enjoy. So she said, with your permission, I'm just going to make this adjustment. And I said, yes, please. From that day, I was able to work like 8 to 10 hours a day without getting fatigued, without frying my brain with all the details that go into making music. The following week, I had the master of the album done. I was very happy with the results. So let me explain a little bit more about what was capping my excitement and enthusiasm. My dragonfly guide explained to me that it's sort of like a bank account in which I own the account. The money that's in it is mine, it belongs to me. But I'm operating on the belief that to make a withdrawal, I need to get a responsible adult, an external authority, to co-sign the withdrawal slip so I can get access to my own money or my own energy. She said, this is like you're blocking up your energy, but the truth is there isn't any block there. This is just your own politeness that's holding you back. So when I think back to around age 11, so I could remember there was a time before that when I was a pretty lively boy running around excited about things, and I can remember definitely by a few years after that I was like frightened by life and sort of dead inside, and keeping my feelings to myself pretty successfully. So I don't remember any specific time when I said, you know what, I need to bottle up my own enthusiasm for the sake of the sanity of people around me. But it's pretty clear that is the decision that I made around that age. All sorts of other projects that have seemed out of reach for me, like other albums I've wanted to do, or writing a book. There are plenty of other things, ambitious projects that I can imagine doing. Those are now a bit more in play than they have been before. So that is pretty exciting. So it's kind of embarrassing that I put this block in place, put this cap on my own energy, and wasn't aware of it, and suffered through working with limited energy for my whole adult life, when this was available to me all the time. I just didn't realize what I had done. I am making a point of not shaming myself about it. And also that I think there might be other people who have similar blocks or things that are really just as dumb and sort of just as hidden from sight, that could be just as easily changed. So if you think that you're being held back by something and you don't have a clear picture of what it is, definitely get spirit support or get help from like human energy healers who can dig into these things and help you unblock them. All right, thank you for listening. I hope you get something out of my story, and I will see you in the next one.